Meet Spawn UI, the easiest way to generate your Cosmos chain. We're going to log in with GitHub. This is a free tool that developers use. You can create an account and then you'll press authorize. You now have your dashboard that you can go create new chains on, as well as launch test nets. We're going to create a new chain in the browser and we're going to call this chain Titan. We're going to create a symbol, we'll call this token, and we're going to use a wallet prefix of Cosmos. You press continue and then you select your consensus mechanism. For us, we want proof of authority. Then press continue. You then select your features here, where we're going to have selected for you Token Factory, IBC Packet Forward Middleware, and IBC Rate Limiting. For this case, we also want optimistic execution to allow for faster processing of blocks. Then press Create Chain. Now our server takes over and will generate the chain for you and upload it to your GitHub. You can view this in the view on GitHub, which shows that it is now actually entirely controlled by you, so you own the source code. Then on our end, we just handle all of the interaction, the setup, and the testnet servers. We're now going to press Start Server to begin to generate a testnet over in Hetzner on our end. But for you as the user, you don't even have to know that this is happening. Within the GitHub, you can also go through and edit the files. If you press the period key on your keyboard, you're then opened up into an interactive editor where you can modify the different files and upload these back. You would then restart your testnet to incorporate these changes. If you use Control tilde to open this up in a GitHub code space, and then through that, you can modify all of the files, run other commands, etc. If we move over to Hetzner now, we can see this testnet instance has started and it's beginning to be created over in Hillsboro. The network has now been created. Looking back at the UI that the user will see, the status will change to then say Start Testnet instead of Start Server. We can then click the Start Testnet button, and from here, the testnet will begin to generate. This will include pulling down your files, building up the testnet infrastructure, and running that behind the scenes for the user. Once the testnet really starts, you'll begin to see logs within the UI here for what's happening behind the scenes, including it saying that it's now running. With this, we can head over to the IP address and head over to the API directly to get other information about what's happened behind the scenes. This also includes going to say things like the RPC itself. It's really a Cosmos-based network just wrapped up within local Interchain and through the UI. Power users can decide to remote shell in as seen here, where you'll SSH into the machine, and then within this you can interact with the testnet directly for things that aren't provided in the UI, such as modifying something or restarting. Most of this will be interactive through the UI, but we want power users to be able to go through this as well. And in here you can go find things like starting up other read layers, starting up other networks alongside the current testnet, as well as other interactions. And just like that, we have launched an IBC testnet connected to a local Cosmos hub entirely in the browser without having to write a single line of code.